So thank you everyone for taking the time to join us today. We have off Radar VPN and we have Draco on the mic representing on behalf of the team and the community. So a little bit about off Radar. They launched on June 6th, as the name kind of suggests. They are a decentralized VPN provider. Again, really looking to break outside of the traditional centralized mold you see with, NordVPN and stuff like that. They are looking to, however, go more on the subscription-based model, not so much token-based, which I like. That's definitely one of the things that's key for anything kind of crypto moving in. It do it more of a traditional subscription model, as you'll be able to kind of funnel that revenue back into the ecosystem of the project via burn, as in the case with Off Radar. As well, they're looking to add a DAO into the mix in the future as they continue to grow. Currently, where they're at, around 400 to 450K kind of market cap. They've been bouncing between. All-time high was just under 600K. They are on the Ethereum network, and from a usage perspective, I believe they have just over 40 nodes now live, around 25 countries, with just over 500 active users in the dVPN beta that's live. So again, just a little bit on stats, statistics, and kind of where these guys are at right now. It is our first time working with the team behind the scenes, so definitely make sure you guys are taking the time to join the community, see how things are functioning, and see some of the exciting announcements that they may have upcoming. But yeah, no, excited to have you here today, Draco. I will throw you the mic, and you could introduce yourself and a little bit more on the project.
Okay, thank you very much, Maurice. Yeah. So quick one, guys. Radar is a decentralized VPN with a unique selling points. And besides our beta have, we also have a launch. Before we launch, we are going to put out a beta app for everybody to test it out before launching it on the Google Play Store. Understand? So we have our bond mechanism, just as Maurice said. With each subscription that's purchased, there will be an X amount of our token that will be bond. That's for the bond mechanism. And for the panel that you mentioned the other time, also known as the DAO, holding at least 1% of the total supply can put you in the panel. You can participate in the panel. And we'll discuss every future plans with everybody in the panel. And our VPN is also the most affordable decentralized VPN out there, if I could say. Honestly, I haven't seen any. For a cost of like $3.99 per month, you can get access to our VPN, and you can also choose to pay annually for 39.99 cents. That's just all I can say for now. I would like to proceed with every question Maurice has for us. I hope you guys understand.
So like the first thing for me is like the team. I'm sure they've kind of directed you, like why kind of go into this sector, like why the VPN side of things. And there's a few different ways I've seen projects in the past set up, like the back end. So I noticed that the team has chosen to go with more of the node based kind of infrastructure support. So just really wanted to go into some of the security things around that, like why they chose to go with nodes for the backend support, how that may impact like the security around it, access points, what goes into being a validator on a node, again, is an important thing to get into so people know who's kind of in control of some of those nodes they're going to be running on. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of delve into that area with you, Draco.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I'll take it from what type of node that can be run. It can be run on any local PC or any server. You understand? Anyone with a local PC as well as any server. It's gonna be Ubuntu. It's on the Ubuntu, yeah. So for the you mentioned something about the specifications, right?
So I was just kind of like it was more of a general thing. I just had given you a couple of things I wanted you to cover, like this some of the security reasons, like why they went with a node-based setup, how that impacts like the security, like some of the benefits of that. And then as well, like I did ask on the validator side, what the process is of being a validator, what that entails, and it's important to know like how public that information is in some extents because for me as somebody who's going to be running on somebody else's node, like I would like to know who's kind of in control of that. And that's kind of what I was hoping to touch on with you.
Okay, okay. Now I gotta treat your first question, which is why did the team decide to delve into the VPN? Yeah, we all know that security matters, especially on private life, because there are so many networks out there that could be compromised. But with the help of this decentralized VPN, you can you can keep yourself safe, keep your information safe, your data safe. Give me a sec, guys. Yeah, I'm back, guys. You can keep your information safe, your data's, everything. You don't want it compromised. So that is why it is ideal to use VPNs. And moving on to why did we choose the node operator system? So, well, I don't know why this thing keeps muting itself. I think Telegram is really messing me up tonight. Uh, so back to what I'm saying, guys. The reason they choose the node operating system is because they want it to be more decentralized. And for the security, like that you mentioned that you want to know the type of person that you are running that is running the node that you are on. Okay, so this is what happened right there. There will be a one-time wallet creation as well as the passphrase for the node operator. Do you understand? So in this way, we'll be the one that will be able to secure the node. Do you understand? So it's just like a one-time thing. Once the wallet is created with the passphrase, everything is left to us. Do you understand? And for the rewards that the node operators will be getting is they can customize their own price for the customers depending on the bandwidth that they are on. So it's just like if you choose to be a node operator, you can also choose to set your price at any range for the customers. So
So
if
so
I
in
want to ask,
that's oh sorry, just wanted to kind of just jump in while we're on topic just because sometimes it's tough and I will lose things if it goes a different direction. On that note, so when you're saying like the node provider can set the price based on like bandwidth or access, like I wanted a little bit more clarification on that. So like if I'm paying the 399 monthly or like the I think it was 39.99 yearly because you're getting a little bit of a discount over the essentially like 2 months free at that rate. If I'm paying that to get onto one of these nodes, what types of like am I having then to potentially pay an additional cost that can be potentially set higher than expected at higher traffic times? And if so, like how are these people being approved to be validators if they're not able to handle the bandwidth and like for them they're just doing it to try and like make money off of um people using your service? That's like the secondary, like it's going to hurt your brand if people are just kind of trying to use it for their own personal gain to make money, um and not properly set up on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like why are they going to be charging so much for bandwidth if they're being a validator? They should have the bandwidth so that they don't have to upcharge people in high traffic times. So like that is one of the things I would be hoping that you guys are looking for in your approval or verification process for validators.
okay, thank you very much for that, Maurice. I got you. Uh the reason we want to make it more decentralized. That is why it is splitted out to different part of the world, different node operators to make it more decentralized. So the 399 is for the main hub. Do you understand? Uh, if a particular node operator has a very faster and safer GPU, and people are like trooping to use the particular uh operators bandwidths. Do you understand? So it's this particular person can customize their own price. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? They can customize their own price for the customers. I hope you get it.
No, I understand that aspect. So you're saying like if somebody's like offering, like a top tier service of your, 20 or I think it says on your website you have 42 nodes currently. So say of the 42, this one individual has like the best, as you mentioned, I think security and the best speed. So they're able to set a bit of a premium price because they're providing the best experience of your um node providers. That's, I understand that aspect, but I guess if like that's the case, like what's the impact on the rest of the nodes or the rest of the providers within the ecosystem? Like if that person is able to handle the bandwidth, but they're just able to do it at a premium, like they may just get all the traffic. If they only set the price of like $1 or two and it's not absurd, and what's an extra dollar or two a month if you're paying four, like you can pay six, like that's not a crazy markup. So if they're doing something low scale, they could take a large chunk of the traffic and it could leave like the rest of the node system like lacking. So I'm just trying to figure out like if that's done, like how you guys provide the rest of the support elsewhere, or how you guys are trying to get validators in that can match that quality so that you can start to split like where users are going from a, I guess, a traffic standpoint. Because if everybody's running off the same node, again, I'm not a back end Solidity developer or anything like that, so I don't know maybe the full technical aspects, but I would think if all of the traffic is coming from one area, it makes it a little bit easier to try and go after that or maybe exploit it, right? So then you run the risk of, people going after that one node because they see that's where the majority of the traffic is. And I mean, we've seen so many hacks and exploits just in the Web3 space. It's not anything against any project. It's just as you see success, people target you. That's an unfortunate reality of the kind of where we're at in DeFi right now.
Okay, okay. I think I understand what you're trying to say. I would like to let's Ryan should tackle this. Do you understand? So I don't know if Ryan can hear me. Ryan, are you there?
While we're waiting for Ryan to jump up, I kind of wanted to go into some of the stats that you guys have seen so far. We'll just talk about what the experience is like, has been like, sorry, with the dVPN beta, which is currently available. That's what you touched on, which is kind of in that pre Google Play Store period. So I think 540 users roughly is what I've seen on the website, a couple different places, 42 nodes, 26 different countries. So what has been some of the feedback like from those users? And just kind of walk us through the experience or some of the stories you've heard so far from the community, if you could, Draco.
Maurice, are you there?
We got you. Sorry about that. I know the connection's been a little bit spotty. I think it's because the participation has been pretty good. So I'll just repeat myself. I was just hoping to have you maybe while we're waiting for Ryan to jump on and go through some of the more technical stuff. Um, just walk us through some of the community stories or feedback that you guys have had
Uh,
within the off radar community about the usage, because I know you guys have had the dVPN beta running for a couple of days now. You guys are starting to compile some data, some feedback, and obviously some statistics about it. So was really just hoping to go through a bit more of a kind of a community testimonial, if you will.
okay, okay. So firstly, I would like to tackle what we've managed to accomplish so far. So on May, on the Thursday of 9th of May, which is Thursday, we did the e-trending, the DEX tool updates, CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko application, and some marketing. And also the next day, we managed to do the token updates and also introduce the team on voice chats. We've managed to onboard some top tier one influencers in this crypto space. And on Saturday, we also focused on Twitter interaction. We managed to put up some posts out there on Twitter, try to make us more visible to everyone on X app. And also the staking pool development also started on that same Saturday, while some marketing were going on the background. Do you understand? And on Sunday, we announced our new partnership. And the next Monday, we also had a team AMA with some of the top guys in some of the most influential individual in this crypto space. I would like to mention their name immediately after I'm done. Just like listing everything we've managed to accomplish so far. So on a Tuesday, educational day, where we share pages of our white papers and explain it extensively for everyone off radar, and also we took questions from the community in general. And on Friday, on Wednesday, sorry, we also did a community poll on who is using the VPN services and which one are they using. You understand? So far, CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, we've applied for it. We had a successful launch, a DEX screener updated, Untalk listing, and we are listed on multiple different websites. We have a solid floor of around 300k market cap. Each trending is done, and banner has on DEX too. The big things that we are about to announce is the closing the deals with more influencers that will help boost our projects massively. And in 2 days, we successfully passed the last phase of the Google Play listing, sorry. So this means we can apply for production after this. And you remember I mentioned it earlier that there's going to be a beta app where everybody can test out what they are going to pay for once we are live on Google Play Store. We also have a marketing released and line of our product as well. And let me now mention the specification of our own server, the backend support. So the processor, we are using the Intel Xeon E2386G that runs on the 35 gigahertz to 4.7 gigahertz. And the memory is like a 32 gig DDR4 that runs on the 3200 megahertz. The storage, we have two 512 gigabytes SSD, the NVMe for soft reads, and a public bandwidth, we have 1 gigabyte per seconds. It's a limited traffic of like 25 terabytes, and it's only costs like $65 per month. So it's not that really expensive. So these are the things we have managed to accomplish so far. We all know that everybody out there is trying to like, keep themselves safe, keep their data safe, and their informations in general. Hackers are out there. A lot of people are trying to like exploit, fish out, just find a way they can get to you. But our own method of decentralized VPN, which uses the node operator method, is here to actually help eradicate that, help to minimize everything. We just want to make sure everyone is happy and safe while charging very, very less for it.
Yo, what's up, guys? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, Ryan?
Yo, what's up? I'm Ryan. I'm CEO founder of Radar. I had a little bit of internet problems, but I was happy to hop in to give you a little bit more background info why we started off Radar. We started 2 months ago with the development of our beta app, as well as our community, and we did a market analysis, and we saw a lot of growth and potential in the VPN space, especially in the decentralized VPN space. So we did also an analysis on our competitors, and we saw a lot of room for opportunities. So that's why we started on Radar. Our beta app is already available for our community, and as you can see, if you join our community, everyone is using our app, and everyone is really positive, because you don't see a lot of projects this early in the stage, because we're only like 3 days old, that have an actual working product, and sharing their experience, sharing how the app is. And I think also Draco mentioned it, but our Google Play Store listing is around the corner. So it only will take 2 days for our live production. And once we have done that, we can start with marketing and branding. We all have a little bit of marketing going on already, but we want to time it perfectly. So we're building up a really healthy night chart with a floor around 350 KMC. And once our product is out, so that will be in the upcoming week, we're gonna incorporate it with some marketing and heavy branding to get the word out there, expand our user base, and get the word out.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you jumping on, Ryan. So a question for me, like I'm a big numbers guy, I'm a big math guy. So like I don't know like what you guys have done in terms of forecasting, but at your current user rate on the beta, I think you guys have around 500 users you've secured so far. Like what type of burns or what type of essentially impact would that user rate have on your current chart? And then I'm looking at kind of like the scaling factors. So like if you took the 500 you have currently and you increased it to say even 5,000, which is only a 10x, it's not like a, a crazy goal. How much of an impact is that 10x on your users going to have in terms of your burns, your impact on the chart, the benefits to holders, and the growth of the network itself, like the infrastructure on the back end? So again, I know there's a few different things kind of packed within one question there, so I do apologize for that. But for me, that's really what I'm hoping to get into, is kind of like what you're seeing on an impact now with your 500, and then what the growth and future impact would look like even at just a 10x on users and adoption.
Yeah, very great question. Actually, I think because we have this product like early out, and it's already out in the first day or 2 days, it has a really positive effect on the chart. So what I'm also trying to mention to the people in the community, if they use our dVPN, I'm just saying, like, share your experience. How do you feel it? How do you think the decentralized VPN is? And it's also a little bit of an organic marketing trick, but it has really positive, impact on the chart, because people see an actual product, and this also means that people are holding and believing in our product. Because I see a lot of teams or devs that are just selling like air; they don't even have a product, but a really good story, and that's not enough to have a like an opportunity or reason to hold. So because people see the actual product, people are willing to hold. And I think when we take it to the next step with our Google Play listing, it's just really positive impact on increasing our user base and getting the word out there. So I think when we're listed and we have a bunch of things lined up in terms of marketing, so will be the next level to spread the word.
Yeah, no, and I understand like it is, and I'm often somebody to say, in the early stages, you got to give projects time, especially when it's not just a meme, to get their brand out there, because change is, a difficult thing. If you think about, we'll just look at some numbers here. If you think about, crypto adoption, I've heard people say anywhere between, 5, I've heard as high as 10%. I think that's a little bit far-fetched, but we'll say anywhere between like maybe 5 to 8% of people have actually adopted, have a wallet, understand how to buy a crypto currency. And then if you go, even deeper into that, there's going to be, a percentage of people who are looking for a service like this, right? So you're having to kind of cut from from the pie of, you know, established brands, and you have to be able to show your products kind of competitiveness and that it can stack up against people who are already out there. And the only way that's going to happen is for more people to use it. So like it is really important for people to give time for utility projects. And I will say utility projects, I know tons of them out there because we've hosted like probably 50 plus over the 2.5 years I've been doing this, that, you know, we hosted, they sat for a while as the, you know, we'll call it the waiting period happened for the release, the approval, or something on the tech. And once it became live, you would see the chart really start to slowly kind of grow after that. So again, like it's something that we've seen happen in the past. So what Ryan is saying about like just they're only 3-4 days old. Although they've been developing the back end for a couple of months, you still need time from a brand recognition and like actual awareness perspective for people to know who you are. And then even if they're using you, it's going to take a couple of weeks or maybe a month or two for that actual word of mouth from the usage to really get across the space. So, you know, it is very much kind of like a domino effect. And if you're just consistently, you know, hitting releases, rolling out new updates for your community, just keeping them engaged and not necessarily focused on price action or a chart, I think that's the best recipe for success when it comes to utility projects. So, you know, it seems like you have a similar mentality in terms of patience. It's just, you know, you got to make sure that the community and stuff from the outside or the inside out really shows that, because as you onboard new community members that are going to be potentially patient and are kind of joining because they want to see and they're going to watch that progression and that growth before they maybe make a sizable buy if they choose. Like you want to have the vibe from your own community to be really about the tech, the growth, and like the adoption versus like the charts. So that I've found, you know, from watching a lot of projects and hosting some other good utility plays in the past, you know, that's what I found is be really successful. So yeah, definitely things to focus on internally as you guys continue to hit those marketing efforts and onboard newer members into the Off Radar community.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's also good to mention because we did also with the market analysis of our competitors. They have a decentralized VPN, but they're making centralized decisions. And our goal and our vision is to be fully decentralized. So you can buy also our main app. So our beta app is already done, and we started our main app development 1.5 weeks ago. But you can buy or purchase our dVPN with digital assets, and this is just another reason to it's even more anonymous, more secure. So that fits also our decentralization vision. And on top of that, we're going to integrate DAO into it. So what it means in our project or in our ecosystem, you have to hold at least 1% of the total supply in order to be eligible for the panel. And this is just for decision making. So it's full decentralized. Every voice counts, and you can help with the future of the project. Because, like I said, the competitors are making centralized decisions, but they have a decentralized product. So in my ears, it didn't add up. So that's why we're gonna integrate that. We got a lot of exciting things coming up this week. So we got a Bullish partnership that we're gonna announce tomorrow, and expect a lot of price action this week because, like I said, the listing is around the corner. We're gonna incorporate it and market and brand it really smart, and eventually to break out of this consolidation zone. So we're now in a phase that people are accumulating, that we're going sideways, but this is just a time to increase our holder base and accumulate even more for our product releases.
Yeah, no, in terms of the access there to the DAO, I know you and Draco have both kind of made note on that 1%. So just kind of pulling up the Etherscan and looking at the holder count, there's about 22 wallet, or sorry, there's a null wallet in that count at 18. So there's about 21 wallets in play currently. that would qualify for the DAO. There's about 15% still held within Uniswap. So, I mean, not everybody who potentially is going to buy in is going to go out and buy a 1% bag. That would kind of eat up the rest of your circulating supply. But, say just easier hypotheticals they did, you're looking at around 35 DAO participants. How like does the voting work? Is it everybody kind of has the same voice, or there is one substantially larger wallet in play? Like, would that individual have more voting power within the DAO or more say than for example I think it would probably be about 33 wallets would kind of be around the same shake, 1.2% or lower, and then you're going to have a couple like 1.5, 1.7, and then you have a 10% wallet. So like, would the 10% outweigh the voice of the rest, or is that potentially a staking wallet or something that's going to be redistributed in the future for project purposes? Yeah, I thought we might have had a drop there. His mic's been a little bit spotty throughout, so we'll just give him a second to get back up. But yeah, I was just kind of looking at the distribution, based on circulating supply and current holder counts. There are about 21 wallets at play over that 1% threshold, one substantially larger at 10%. So obviously want to get a little clarification on the 10% wallet, and as well kind of touch on how future participation would occur, considering 15% still left in circulation. So we'll go into that, once
Yeah,
there
what's
he
up,
is.
guys?
Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry. I know your mic dropped. I know you've been kind of coming in a little bit patchy throughout, so I just figured we'd wait till you're back. I was just re-clarifying with the community what we were gonna touch on, so it stayed fresh.
Yeah, my internet's like it's, difficult, but I think your question was if the voting is equal, right?
Yeah, so like I just wanted you to touch on, because I was just looking at your supply. You got about 20 wallets in play over that 1% threshold, with one kind of holding about 10%. So I was just going to have you, one, just clarify what the 10% wallet may be, and then touch on what the voting would be like in the situation where somebody does have like a 2 or 3 times higher percentage base than the rest of the potential voters.
Yeah, 100%. So the 10% wallet is our stake. If you are a stakeholder, so that can be an X amount of ROV, that's our token. You get our free dVPN, so you don't have to purchase at $3.99. But that's for our staking pool. The voting is equal. So if you have a 1% of supply holding of total supply, you get the same decision making as someone that's holding 2%. How we're gonna do it? It's gonna be like a voting based thing. So, for example, if you're gonna onboard a caller or
Yo, can you guys hear me?
We got you back, Draco. I know we've just been having some drops there. So Ryan just cut out again. We're just going to wait for him to get back into it. He was just going through the breakdown of how the staking protocol was going to work, a little bit more detail.
Yeah, I'm kind of like experiencing the same thing on my hand too. So like he was saying, the voting system, it doesn't matter if you're holding a 1%, 2%, 3%, everybody gets equal voting power. So if we are to vote, maybe let's say we want to bring in a particular caller, everybody's gonna vote equally, and just like individually, 1 to each person. Doesn't matter if you're holding 2% or 1.5. As far as you have 1% or more, you have the right to vote. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. So it's equal in terms of the voting rights. Everybody would essentially just have one vote on the issue. It's good because, yeah, sometimes we've seen issues in DAOs where they allow people to, multiply votes based on incrementals of percentage held. And, if there's only 15 participants, 20 participants in a DAO, but somebody has 5 votes, I mean, it's pretty biased sometimes the way it's going to go. So I appreciate you going into some clarification on that for us, Draco.
Okay, thank you very much. I think Ryan is back. Ryan, are you there?
yeah, I'm back. Like I'm currently in the car and there's like in and out internet connection, but yeah, I'm here right now.
I know I've been there. So again, if we lose you, we'll just be patient. I did want to see, will you guys be implementing will the staking be just kind of like public staking, meaning you just stake your token and you're going to earn rewards via additional ORV, or will you guys look to implement staking into the DAO process? So, if you're holding 1%, you have to stake a percentage of that 1% in order to vote and participate. Essentially, it just keeps, like, if people are making decisions based on supply they hold, like, you don't want them to make a decision trying to, like, essentially pump the chart, like, via marketing or something, just so that they could turn around and sell that 1%, right? Like, that's it kind of defeats the purpose of what a good DAO is supposed to be about. So just, I don't like the words restrict or limit, but just having a percentage of that 1% locked up to allow the voting and remove some of the bias that sometimes occurs with people getting potentially earlier information, being in a DAO or being privy to stuff, maybe that the public wouldn't be at that point because they're making decisions, right, on stuff that's upcoming in the future. So trying to prevent chart manipulation around decision making is important for successful DAOs to run. So that's definitely something that I'd be curious to see how you guys would handle.
Yeah, 100%. So it's basically a public staking, and we're gonna integrate or incorporate the staking with our dVPN. So if you stake, you get VPN for free, but you get at a daily rate 0.8% of ORV tokens. There's no emergency withdrawal. I see a lot of staking platforms, they have an emergency withdrawal with a fee of 10%, but there's no fees with our staking platform. It's being developed right now, but yeah, it's basically a public staking.
Awesome. I appreciate that. And yeah, maybe looking at how you guys are able to handle price action decision making within the DAO is going to be important going forward. So, not necessarily, an issue right now because it's not functional, but as you guys grow, it will be something that you just have to be mindful of. It may not impact you, but it may. So just always being mindful and kind of trying to suss out people's intentions is important. Now, there was a question I did want to get into a little bit earlier, but we kind of glazed over it. It was just about the breakdown from your monthly or yearly subscription. So if you're looking at the $3.99 monthly or the $39.99 yearly, what's the breakdown for that in terms of distribution back to the project, the burn, and everything?
Yeah, so we're gonna reinvest it in even more marketing. I think it's also mentioned on the Git book, but while we're reinvesting it, our end goal is to increase our user base. So with more exposure, more users, I think our message is gonna be out there. So we're gonna reinvest it in marketing. How our cost structure works. So it's basically a monthly $3.99, which you can either purchase in fiat or in digital assets. But if you want to, be more secure and more anonymous, you can go for digital assets. We're going to integrate that with blockchain into our main app. And like you said, it's yearly 39.99, sorry. And for our beta app, it's free. So once we're listed on the Google Play Store, Android users can use our beta app for free to experience a decentralized VPN and get a feel of what we're developing.
Right. Appreciate the breakdown there. And I guess for you guys, what's the interest been like for new nodes? Like, how many nodes are you looking to have set up? Like, yeah, I think 42 right now is the number you're at, if I'm not mistaken. Like, is there a golden number you're trying to get to? How many countries are you trying to be in? Like, I just want to, pick your brains in terms of your thoughts on the expansion of your node network.
Yeah, 100%. So, like you said, it's like currently at 42. I think we have like 50 here right now, but we're trying to expand to 300 nodes. That's also on our roadmap to get even more nodes, better speed, more servers. So we definitely have that planned.
And then in terms of what you guys are looking at to have you thought of any ambassador programs, like where people because it looks to be passcode protected. So essentially getting you, or not passcode protected, but like the nodes run based on a one-time passcode is what Draco was mentioning earlier on. So with that being said, like, are you trying to convert your node operators or validators to almost be ambassadors where they're able to maybe get people to use their VPN and they get a percentage of something via profit sharing or just a benefit from signups? Like, I don't know if that's a route that you guys have gone with or have thought to go with.
So to come back on your question as a node operator, so if you're a node operator, that's also on a goal on our main app, is when you're a node operator, you can earn ORV tokens. So I think that's a really cool way to, incorporate our dVPN with ORV token. That was the answer on your question, right?
Somewhat. So I was more so looking kind of to see if you would offer the validators like any form of like profit sharing, or like, how people use branded links to, or individualized personalized links to help grow adoption and sign up. So not only could your validators provide you guys with the actual backend support on the nodes in terms of running some of them for your community, but I'm looking at more how you try and get them to help support you with adoption. So giving them incentive via profit sharing or personalized links that, even if it's a small amount on every sign up, it's still a benefit to them.
Yeah, 100%. We also discussed it with the team, and our team decided to not do a profit share. And the reason why, we want to, get as much people as possible to use our dVPN, and we're looking at like 10K, 100K, 1 million users that our goal is to reach. And when we do a profit share on these skills, it's really hard to manage that, but to get something back for them, to benefit them, is when they use the nodes, they can earn ORV tokens. But it's like, I see it as a business. So the skills that we want to reach, the numbers that we want to reach, it doesn't like met the requirements for profit share for us.
Perfect. No, I appreciate you kind of touching on that a little bit. You've gotten into, Draco went into a little bit of the marketing earlier, so we don't need to deep dive that so much necessarily, but yeah, community adoption, community like feedback, and just like almost, getting the support to push the word of mouth is really big for you guys. I mean, a lot of these even providers that exist outside of crypto, like just Web 2, it's a lot of trust-based usage. Like, I'm not going to go sign up for something that I don't know about unless it's likely recommended, right? So that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you guys are able to have successful experiences or create a successful and a positive experience for people who use it, even if they use it one or two times, like that in itself is more valuable than almost any level of marketing that you can throw at a project. So, yeah, I would just say, really focus on that user experience and creating a positive onboard for them. Maybe adding in things like customer support, or even for your node providers, like node support. So if any of your node validators have questions or looking for information, you guys have a direct line, even if it's just one individual who kind of handles those. It's somewhat feasible, at sub 50 nodes, but once you guys hit like the hundreds plus that you're trying to achieve, it may require multiple hands on deck. But yeah, just for me, something like this, marketing is obviously important, but I think even more important than that is going to be you guys creating that positive early experience for people who do take the chance and try out the product, because word of mouth is massive when it comes to anything that's security driven, like a VPN would be. So yeah, just really focus on that. Education is going to be big. Having people understand how to set up their VPN, maybe for the best region for what they're trying to do. Maybe have recommended VPNs within your own ecosystem. So maybe the fastest VPNs available, maybe the most secure. So if you're trying to do something just looking for speed, need it done quick, need it done now, you could kind of gravitate towards that. If you're looking for maybe a longer access point or a longer download or whatever your usage is going to be, and you maybe don't care about speed so much, you just want to make sure it's secure, well, you can then kind of like tailor that. So more you can, like what I was getting at, is more you can add to the customization on the back end to allow people to feel like they're really in control of the process, the better the experience is going to be, and the more word of mouth you guys are going to get. And security based utilities, word of mouth is more powerful than any amount of like external marketing, because they know it's kind of paid, versus that testimonial is going to really kind of push people over the top. So yeah, focus on that. That's kind of like in terms of the AMA with myself and you guys. Uh, some of the areas and questions I wanted to get into. I do always look back because my coordinator sends me some questions from the community. So if you guys have maybe 10, 15 more minutes to hang out and answer some questions that get sent from our listeners, that would be fantastic. And then at the end, I always give the team, a couple of minutes for any final thoughts, closing notes, or things potentially we missed that you really wanted to highlight. Maybe it's announcements or whatever coming up. So yeah, if that sounds good, I'll go back and I'll start to review some of the questions and maybe pull up a few speakers here. But TG's being a little weird today, so I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, 100%. You can go ahead.
That's good. So the earliest question I'll get Elson 90 in here early, because they sent this one to Vlad and myself super early on, I think around 3:20-ish. So they were in here listening for the full thing. With the off radar decentralized VPN, I'm looking to see how you guys plan to address any potential issues that arise when it comes to high latency or compatibility issues. For a lot of the times, the person to person architecture and encryption process may introduce additional latency, especially if you're talking about the decentralized route. Which, if you're trying to use a VPN for services like online gaming, video conferencing, it could impact your actual experience or end, like how the other user experiences the call with you because you're lagging. So he was curious how you guys plan to address any compatibility issues, lag, or I guess processing time that comes with running a decentralized or node-based model. Sorry, it was a longer question. I had to kind of find my way through the different
Yeah,
points.
it's okay. I think that's also really a benefit from decentralized VPNs. If you have a centralized VPN like NordVPN or another VPN, it's based on a single point of failure. So it's based on a single network, and this decentralized VPN is based on a peer-to-peer network. So, for example, if a server fails, you're not, um, you know, if one server fails, you can still use the other server. So yeah, that's also really benefit for a decentralized VPN, especially for off radar, is that you're yeah, it's not like a single point of failure. So I think that's really good for capability and security.
No, and I like the question there, Elson. So I appreciate you that for sending that over to Vlad and myself. Let me see who I got here. We'll go with. So William was curious if you could just provide a little bit more information for us, Ryan, on the breakdown of the private sale. It mentions that about 20% of the initial sale was, or 20% of the tokens was distributed via a private sale, but there wasn't any additional information he could find on potential discounts, holding, or vesting periods associated with that.
Yeah, good question. So we had indeed a private sales pre-sale of 20%. I was very selective though with the people who I was bringing with the private sale. So all the people in the private sale I either know for a very long time in the space or in person. One ETH equals 1.667% of the total supply, but however, it's vested. So 50% was unlocked at launch, 25% will be unlocked after 1 month, and the other 25% will be unlocked after 2 months. So that's basically a little bit how our structure works for the private and pre-sale.
Perfect. Appreciate some detail on that. And yeah, good good eye there, William. I like that you were looking into the distribution a little bit. It's always smart. Let me see here. So a question from, oh, this is another one from Willie. Oh, this is OG Willie. Okay. So he's got a second one. When Vlad put William, it sounded so professional. I was like, who's this new guy coming out? For the VPN, what type of information is potentially stored on the back end? Is there any information that may become available? Do you guys have any hesitation that potentially some of your node providers would sell users' information to third parties? Or is that possible? So that's from Willie for president. Yeah, I think the next two questions I'm looking at here are just about user data, collection of information. The first one talks about what's stopping or what processes or policies you have in place to prevent third-party information from being sold by some of the node validators elsewhere. And the second question is what types of information or data will be collected and stored via the mobile app that's going to come into play. So yeah, those are two areas I think people are looking to address.
I see. So yeah, that's also a little bit of a more technical question. I can ask my lead dev, but to give you a little bit of an example of maybe that's the answer. So there will be a one-time wallet creation for the nodes, and this will be generated for nodes. So in this way, we can secure the nodes. But to give you like the specific answer, I have to ask my lead dev, but he will come back to it shortly.
Perfect. So I think Telegram finally just wanted to function a little bit better for us. So I was able to get a couple hands finally unmuted. So Ken, Patchy, if you want to jump in, I know you had a couple questions. One more suggestion based, one was a question. So if you wanted to go in first, and then we'll get Sue up second for a couple questions. I'll probably read one or two in between that. And yeah, it'll give us about 8 or 9 questions. Have been pretty good so far. So we'll see what else. I'm gonna go check some DMs while Ken Patchy's going.
Hi there, Maurice. Let Ran be back. I think they are struggling with the internet right now. Or should I go ahead with the question?
Yeah, no, I think we're good right now. We got a little green spots, so take your shot.
All right. So hi there, Ryan. Ryan, I'm just making a bit of comparison to not the existing VPNs in terms of pricing and everything, because assumably NordVPN with all the discounts that you get from YouTubers, it's effectively available at about $37 per year. Right, and comparing it, I'm not making comparison with that, but I'm making comparisons with the other decentralized VPNs. I won't take any names. So most of them, like 95% of them are free. 5% have a bit of charge or a hardware charge. That you buy a hardware for once and you get a free surveillance and all that stuff. I'm just assuming how when you are providing 42 nodes, I think you said that 42 nodes available. When you have a network of people that are using it, that 1,400 something, why are you not going the route where they can use their own individual servers as nodes, as most other decentralized VPNs do? So you have thousands upon thousands of VPNs, and it will make them effectively free from bandwidth sharing.
Yeah, good question. So the thing is, there is a lot of VPNs that are free, but most of them are centralized. And based on our market analysis, our main competitors are SVPN and Cosmic Network. And I think SVPN is for like $5.99, and Cosmic is also a little bit higher. So based on that, we all already like one on the price action. Um, but what makes us unique and to stand out to other VPNs is that we have, like I mentioned, the DAO. We have our unique burn system. So with each subscription we made, there will be an X amount of OV being burned. and this is also good for sustainability. And we're just most affordable for $3.99. So I think those three things are quite some strong USPs to outperform other competitors. But indeed, in centralized VPN, the VPN space, you have indeed some free VPNs, but ours decentralized.
Ryan, I was talking about the VPNs that are decent. I won't take names. If you allow me, I can take a few names, but I don't think will be prompt. It's upon you. But the top five decentralized VPNs that we have, all five of them are free. That run based on that bandwidth sharing network basis, right? If you just Google the top decentralized VPNs, all of them, top five, are free. So that is what I was making comparison to. If you go, because they shared bandwidth between each node and each server, each consumer is a node for them. They get tokens and a whole lot, whatever that is a different thing. But that is how they work, and that is how they make it effectively free, and you earn in a way. You don't lose anything, you don't pay anything, but you earn in a way. That is how these works. These are not the centralized ones; these are decentralized ones. So I was just making a comparison. Why are you not taking that route? If there is any specific reason, or what? Just please explain to me.
Are these decentralized VPNs that are free, are there crypto projects?
Like, if you want, I can take names. I don't want to, but if you saying it's visible, I can speak out the names. You can Google them for yourself.
Yeah, you can send it over in my DM. You don't have, I think, to say the names, but are these projects, are there also in crypto or not?
Yeah, these are crypto projects. These are decentralized VPNs.
Yes, they
They
are
have their own.
decentralized VPNs, but are there crypto projects with a decentralized VPN or only decentralized VPNs?
If you are saying that being a crypto project, they have their own token. Yes, they have their own token. They run their own DAO and everything. If that is what they mean, yes, they are a sort of decentralized in a DeFi way. Yeah,
So they're a crypto project.
they have a token. If that is what you mean by being a crypto project, yes.
Yeah, I see. So I think based on, because we did a market analysis in the crypto space with the decentralized VPN, so based on that analysis, we made our decision.
Please, sorry, I didn't get you. Ryan, can you please repeat it?
Yeah, so we did a market analysis in the crypto space, and based on our market analysis, we made our decisions.
What was the analysis? If you can please explain. Like, I'm just trying to understand. That is the whole question, right? What was the analysis? What made you think this is better?
Yeah, 100%. So we compared the biggest projects in the decentralized VPN space in crypto, so not projects outside of it. And we did an analysis on their projects, and we analyzed like what did they do good, can we do better, and more info the better. So all the things that they did good, we also incorporated in our ecosystem, but we added a few things that, in our opinion, we could have done better or could do better. So that was a little bit of the analysis we made.
So this one's from Henry JJ. I like this question. So would a single monthly orb subscription allow me to shield all my gadgets simultaneously? Or are you guys like, how Netflix operates on a basic and a premium, allowing access to additional devices? Will you guys have that type of setup where you would need to go on more of a premium basis to secure, for example, your phone, your tablet, and your laptop all at the same time?
Yeah, so if you purchase our decentralized VPN, it's not just one node, but you can use it for multiple devices. So even your desktop, even your laptop. So that's possible.
Just typing back to them, and we have one. Sue, if you wanted to pop in, you could ask your questions there live. And I think we only had one more short one to close out on the back end, and then we'll have Ryan and Draco just leave us with some kind of calls to action, final statements, and how the community here can get a little bit more involved and continue to keep an eye and monitor off radar moving forward. So Sue, if you want to jump in.
Hey, thanks, Maurice. How's it going? Been a while.
It's been a couple weeks, probably closer to a month. Hope you're enjoying the start of summer.
Yeah. Hope everything is good on your side too. Okay. All right. So my question is around security, basically, right? So one of the key challenges of having a peer-to-peer network of any kind is maintaining security standards across nodes that you don't control, right? For all the advantages that you have over a centralized system in terms of maybe getting a better speed, maybe reducing cost, ease of scalability, all that good stuff, there's that inherent security-related concern because you don't have centralized control over all the servers or all the nodes in the ecosystem. Like for a centralized VPN service, they have a dedicated security team that has network monitoring systems deployed that filter traffic, monitor traffic, that sort of try and detect any kind of threats that are coming their way and are able to either prevent them completely or at least contain them if something gets infected. In a decentralized system, you cannot do that very easily unless you are very rigorously following a security patching sort of a cycle where you absolutely ensure that every node in the ecosystem is on the same patch level, uses the same encryption, does not have anything malicious lying there on these machines. So how do you take care of the inherent security concern of a decentralized network?
Yeah, very great question. I think that's also a little bit referred to what I already said, but my lead dev, he will respond ASAP. But from what I know, he said that there will be a one-time wallet creation for nodes, and he said also fast phrase will be generated for nodes, so in this way we can secure the nodes. Maybe it's also a good idea if it's a little bit more of a technical question. Just write them down. Maybe Maurice can send them over, and I will come back to that answer ASAP. But that's a little bit of an answer for it.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I can put that in writing and maybe send it off to both you and Draco, and then you can forward it to. You said your lead dev can answer this.
Yes, 100%. So I have a team of 4 developers that are currently working on our main app right now. But I have my lead dev who is also like fully doxed, but he will answer that question.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
100%. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, thanks, Maurice.
Good. Yeah, thanks so much, Sue. Always good questions, and yeah, definitely take the time, jump into the community there, and be able to kind of address it or chat with them would be a good idea. But yeah, it's been a good AMA. I mean, there were some questions. Again, I apologize early on. The connection wasn't the best, and maybe some of the questions I threw to Draco were a little bit technical and stuff, considering the connection also sucks. So I'm sure you couldn't even hear some of the some of it. But yeah, like overall, I think the discussion has been good. My video editor's been listening in. He said the flow of the conversation outside of some of the drops has been pretty solid. The nice thing about technology is, he can edit out those dead periods when it gets uploaded in the back end. So not to worry. But yeah, like for me, enjoyable. I mean, these things, the silver lining, like I said, they take time And if you guys can, really show that positive experience to users, really make sure that backend support feels like it's there for your validators, like the word of mouth, like that's often a more effective method with anything that comes to security or trust-based protocols in this space. So, definitely, spend some time, continue to build it out. I understand you're only a couple of days old on the token side, so it does really take time. But yeah, again, thanks so much. Make sure you guys do your research, jump into the community, follow them on Twitter for updates. But I'll throw the mic here back to Ryan and Draco just to say thank you again, and hit us with any calls to action or any closing statements they want to get out.
Yeah, 100%. I want everyone to thank them for their time. It was a little bit of a rocky EMA with the connection, but I think the last thing that we want to mention. So our Google Play Store listing is just around the corner. That will be in the upcoming week. So expect a lot of price movement in the upcoming week because we have already paid and lined up a lot of callers. We're now in an accumulation zone, so this is maybe the time to grab a bag and be there before we start moving the price. But we're very excited and very excited for the future of Radar. So yeah, we want to thank everyone for their time.
Yeah, and again, if you might be available Thursday, I'll hit you up in DMs, Ryan. We do have a little utility showcase. I know the tech isn't like fully live yet. You're still in beta stage, but if you guys are just looking to, grow your network, just push what you're doing to a couple of different individuals in the space, I could probably get you guys up on stage. No cost or anything like that. I just try and bring some projects that we host here from time to time and get them a little extra exposure. So, if you're interested, always never hurts to have some additional eyes or, feedback from different people.
Yeah, 100%. That will be awesome. I think we can sort it out in DM, and we will be very interested.
So that's Thursday. It's what time is it? 1 p.m. Eastern, so 5 p.m. UTC is when that goes live. So I'll hit you up with the details in DMs afterwards, and the tweet typically comes out tomorrow. So once that happens, you can kind of retweet it in your community so they know. But yeah, no, thank you so much. I appreciate the flexibility on the timing and everything. And yeah, we'll be in DMs. I'll drop you the recording so you have the rough copy live. And then our video editor here typically gets these up within about 24 hours. So once that's uploaded, I can as well send you the YouTube link so you can publish it for your community. Personally, it's just a little bit of a better hub, like just centralizes it for people to come in versus having to go into the Telegram channel and download the full AMA from a pinned message. This is just a much easier way for access. So yeah, really appreciate the time. Thanks for the questions, guys. Some really good ones, some good suggestions. I know some of you guys are very experienced when it comes to the VPN space. So appreciate you guys coming in and lending some of that experience to the AMA and to your questions. And yeah, I'm going to probably get Vlad here to just quickly help me out with this, random listener giveaway here. We just got the one going on, and then he's going to handle the best questions on the back end. We'll do two of those because we did get a lot of solid participation. I think we asked about 7 of the 8 that I got sent from Vlad, so I'm pretty good with that. And then we had 2 live, so that was nice.
Yeah, sounds good. I have to go now, but
yeah, have a safe drive. I know you mentioned you're in the car, so have a safe drive, and we'll chat DMs, man.
Of course, Ben. Have a nice day, bro.